Hello, so I'm going to demonstrate my final year project, the Dietary Inflammation Tracker. So this is the login page basically. I'm going to enter the details that are present in the backend uh, database. So just user. First, I'll try entering a wrong password. As you can see, we've got error handling over here. So it doesn't accept invalid credentials. I'm going to go ahead and type the right one. Oops, I think I might have entered the wrong one again. Okay, that works. So this is how it looks initially. This is the welcome module. It contains the instructions for new users. So yeah, as you can see over here, got it. Uh, so this is the search bar. This is the food diary. This is the initial food diary before finalizing the log. This is the weekly inflammation trend. I only added entries on the 9th. I haven't entered on the 10th. Yeah. As you can see, we've got tooltips over here, and we've got the portion guide over here. Now I'm gonna add, because there's nothing in the search bars, I'm gonna enter no results found. Let's see what it does. It doesn't accept alphabets over here, it only accepts numbers. Uh, so we've got the error handling in place. It says please enter valid food and quantity. I'm gonna go ahead and enter all my foods that I've consumed. So I had oats for breakfast. Uh, so this was one of the things in the evaluation that users pointed out, that the entries are not very relevant. They're still better than they were before I did the testing, because before there was just one entry over here. There's more details about this in the testing chapter, but I'm gonna go ahead and select this. Now if I'm not sure what my quantity of oats was, I'll view the portion guide. So as you can see, it's categorized uh, between different foods over here, and it's got an estimate of around how much in grams I may have consumed. So it's quite easy to tell. For instance, 2 to 3 tablespoons of muesli and granola would equate to around 45 grams. So as I've eaten oats, I probably had a double portion, so I'll put 80 grams. And then as you can see the portion guide, we've got different core foods over here. So 80 grams. Now I'll go ahead and enter all the remaining foods that I've consumed. So I've entered all the meals that I've consumed today. So over here we can view the individual breakdown. So if I click over here, it basically shows all the nutrients present in the food and how they contribute to your inflammation levels. So this is not going to be used for the score calculation. It's just from the original index. For instance, like magnesium generally has an anti-inflammatory effect. So this is very insightful for the users. I'm just going to delete an entry so we can see if it's working. Okay, and as you can see, the entry is gone. I'm going to re-enter the bananas because I had them. I had 2 of them, and one's like around 80 grams. I'll put 160. Add to diary. We've got it back. I'm going to finalize the daily log. Now it does lag a bit, which was also seen in the evaluation and testing. But yeah, this is something that if time would have allowed, I would have done better. So this is my inflammatory score. It says 1.74. It's not very pro-inflammatory, which is why we see this color over here. If it was more towards pro-inflammatory, it would have been red, the color indicator. And if it was anti-inflammatory, it would have been green. The feedback is over here. It adjusts based on the score. It's quite a generic feedback. Honestly, it could be more enhanced, but this is the final score breakdown option, just in case someone's curious to see how many nutrients they've consumed and like how the score calculation was done. So it provides an explanation, and this is basically all the nutrients that I've consumed in a day, and this is their quantities, this is their recommended intake, and it contains all the parameters that are involved in calculating the inflammatory effect. So for instance, protein has contributed to the score by this much, and yeah, so I close this. This was the final score. And then this is the weekly graph over here. I didn't enter a lot of entries because I was focused on my dissertation, but I did on the 4th, and this is for today. As you can see, it's got the labels, it's got the score for today, it says pro-inflammatory, it says the date, and the graph just adjusts based on the score. So if like there's a bigger spike, it's going to zoom out. Uh, Okay, I'll try logging out and logging back in to see if it fetches all the nutrients from all the entries for the day. So I'll log back in. So all the entries have been loaded. I'll have to finalize it again to view the gauge. There you go. So yeah, this was my final year project.